Hey, welcome to the channel, all about the blues harmonica. So if you haven't already, thumbs up and subscribe. At the start, I was playing over a Chicago blues track I found, just went straight over the top of it, give you an idea. I guess when it comes to blues, that's kind of my favourite style, you know. You get some country blues players jumping into playing Chicago, and yeah, it works to a point, but Chicago blues, because it's slightly more hard edged, it's more like, you know, like in art, I like my paint thrown onto the canvas, kind of straight on. Same when I was a jazz saxophonist, just playing as a bebop player, you know, make a statement straight out. Some people develop solos in different ways, of which in the point of this video really is just a plug for my next podcast. You'll see a link down to my podcast in the description. Of interest for everybody. I don't just do blues harmonica, I talk about everything from philosophy, playing the instrument. This next one's going to be about what instrument's best for you, not just the blues harmonica, but if you're thinking of taking other instruments, what the challenges are. All instruments are, this is fairly easy, but you know, there are certain challenges on the way. All instruments have them. There isn't one exempt. If you want to get more than proficient, you want to get fairly reasonable. So I talk about those things on the podcast, and I also delve into the fact of when players, like for example, not just modern jazz, but example in blues, when you're playing lines and phrases, and why certain people you just kind of hear a line without a movement in the line, and it doesn't change. It should be changing all the time. If I play, say, 10 takes in a row, even if I was approaching the same phrased figure to move from, it should change. And if there is a kind of line in there, within that weaving line, it will change. It won't be a constant. It won't be a constant thing like a musical exercise. All right? So I talk about that. So there will be things in it if you're just starting out, or if you've been playing a while, or if you're, I don't know, you might even be a jazz player who's looking for more advice. There is, I think on this podcast I'm going to be covering that sort of stuff, but I am going to be covering sort of you know, musical instruments and the challenges that face everybody, and how to be true to yourself when you're just actually playing, you know, and you're not just playing like set phrases, set blues lick phrases that you hear blues players do, or set lines or Coltrane lines that you hear jazz players do in modern jazz. And with experience, you can sort of kind of see through it a lot of times, you know. Whereas the guy that's playing right, you know, even if you're making mistakes, that's okay. Mistakes are fine as long as you're doing your thing, you know. It's when you hear it boxed in and you kind of know what's happening. And I've said on other videos before, you need to see a guy play regularly, like 3-4 nights a week, or you need to be, you know, on a residency somewhere, or you need to be catching them half a dozen times in a short succession to get an appreciation of what they're capable of. You get guys that just move from city to city, doing gig here, gig there, gig there. They can be knocking down the same solo every night and nobody would know any difference, you know. So yeah, food for thought there. Okay, so anyway, you can get me for lessons on Harpo the Healer Wicks, all levels, take everybody from people starting out all the way through. Check the podcast, there'll be something there, lots of things, mysteries, all sorts of different things, and a lot to do with the blues harmonica. Catch and rebound.